Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft, and I'm working on a swap for Ginger's Corner. The color theme this month is black. I know you do not see black paper here. This is gray, but that's a version of black. I'm going to start with that. I also have this glossy cardstock from scrapbook.com in black. So that will come into play. So that will be my true black. But what I want to do is sort of create a moon. And so I'm going to pull out a few things to play with. I have some hickory smoke and some black soot. I think I have two different, this is the gray one. And I am going to, I think, try and create craters and stuff like that. The other thing I have on my desk is this lunar paste, and the silver lunar paste. So I'm hoping that I can make something kind of cool out of it. So, but first I'm gonna just experiment a little bit and see where that gets me. So, can I? That's a little gonna be too streaky, but I can do splatters on it. So I'm gonna do some splatters. I need some more water. All right, let's do a little smushing. Ooh, I like that a lot. And then I could add maybe a little bit of black, at least along the edges. And that's kind of wet, so it might run too. I kind of am liking the hickory smoke smushed into it. And then I can let that dry. Now I could have done the whole sheet with this and then cut these out, but I'm thinking that I want some definition along the edges. So let's see what the lunar paste will look like. And I have, now this is going to be notional, I guess, because I don't actually have a quote crater, unquote. Let me just wipe this up so I don't get my finger. I don't have a full-on crater stencil, but what if I do some sort of random splotches? Now, I'm not going to use a lot of this because I don't want it. What if on top of that, then we do some that might look cool. This is just my experimenting on the scrap papers here. That might look kind of cool. It's still a little too organized, if you will. So what is another way that I could achieve that kind of look? I better wipe this off. This stuff will stick, stick, stick. You do not want this stuff to dry on your stencils ever, because it will be there. You have to then like really pick it off. All right, I'm not loving that stencil. I do have this stencil. Let's see what this might look like. I think it might be too big though, and a little too modern. I'm going for kind of a Yeah, no, not loving that either. All right. I think I'm going to create my own stencil is what I need to do here. Out of maybe some cardstock, some kind of heavy cardstock, punch some different size holes in it that can then be the different size craters. I think that is what I'm going to do, and it won't be perfect, but I think I'm okay with that. So let's do the first layer of this since it's going to have to dry. And then I'll go off and create my stencil and then come back and we'll do some silver stenciling on this and some more inking. So we're going to start with quite a bit of gray. And I might add a little bit of black soot here and there. Just a little bit. Water that well, and then, let's see, smush. Smush. Ooh. I have to keep this going. I do like it with a little bit of the darker black on it. Spritz it. Smush. Get the edges. Ooh, that's looking good. Smush. Here. I probably will do 2 layers of this also. Let's add some more here in the middle. I can do a couple of layers. Smush. Ooh, that looks like kind of like the dark side of the moon there. I'm just doing the edge of this because I don't want as much of it. And then more of this. Plus, this is a soften those edges. Smush. Smush. All right, you guys, I'm super happy with this. The question is, when do you stop? I think I will do a second layer on a couple of these. Smush. Let's get a little more. Let's lighten that up a bit. Let's get these edges. This one's almost dry, but it needs another layer. needs some more for sure. And let's add some depth onto this one. These are looking pretty cool. The question is, do I still want to do the lunar paste and risk ruining them? I could just spritz them with silver. Let me see about making the template, because that was almost no work so far, so I'm liking that a lot. Let me go make a template, let these dry, and I'll come back. All right, so they are still drying, but I have made a little template. I just have this really firm cardstock that I want to cut down a little bit so I don't ruin the whole thing. I just used some hole punches and some dies. This one didn't, my punch wasn't working very well, but I'm okay with that. So I'm just gonna lay that on there, and we're gonna do one and see how it goes and see if I like it. And if I don't, then I will remake that one and we will move on to some more steps. I want a really pretty thin layer of this. I got some on the edge, but I think that's okay too. And it's okay if they're not complete either. Okay, I don't hate that. All right. That's all right. Even though they're embossed instead of debossed, I'm okay with it. All right, let's see if we can. Like I said, I'm going to put it on here and then spread it out where I want it. Right, it's working. Get the ones that are a little bit drier. And I'm going to strategically place these. Like I said, I just want this really thin layer of this. We're just gonna, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. These are all versions of black, right? No, I'm just kidding. I know, I'm gonna do the black bats flying over by the moon. So that's gonna be my true black component. And I did use black soot in here, so it's good. Let's see. couple more to go. And this layer is finished. Now on Ginger's Corner, you're supposed to do 2 layers. Well, I am on my, I would say 3rd or 4th layer at this point, at least 3rd, because I have the paper, I cut it, and then I did the inking, a couple layers of inking, and now I'm doing this. And we will add a little bit more inking, and then we will add our bats. So there's no real limit on size, except that it needs to fit. All 8 of yours need to fit in your envelope. And there is a video on Ginger's Corner that you can watch on how to swap, what the requirements are. There are 2 main swaps a month, and they're all planned ahead of time. And then there's a specialty swap or a partner swap, or a partner swap every month also. It might be Bible verses, it might be a themed partner swap. So lots of opportunities, and you will get lots of embellishments in return. All right, that's all 8. And you have to make 8 of your swap. Now this one's almost already dry, not quite. So I'm gonna let those dry, and while those are drying, I'm going to go cut. I'm gonna go wash my hands and my tool, and I'm going to go cut a whole bunch of bats out of this black shiny cardstock. I'll be back. All right, well, they're not quite dry, but I think I'm gonna try one more thing. I've taken some of the lunar paste and I've watered it down. I've done this before with Nuvo drops. I want a little silver spritz, but I don't own silver spritz. I only have gold and rose gold and pink. Excuse me. So I'm gonna try this and see if I can add a little splatter on there. I think I can. Now this will dry a little dimensional, and it's not as thin. Let's see. So we are just adding another layer. And it's not going to be a very fine mist, but it is going to get everywhere. Probably use a little more water. So I'm just, honestly, y'all, I'm just playing around. That's the fun thing about these embellishments and the swaps especially, is you get to step out of your this is way out of my comfort zone, let me tell you. I'm gonna need some paper towels to clean this mess up. Just trying to get some spritz. And I just did that, so let's. And honestly, if there's something I don't like, then that's just where I can put the bat, the hide any mistake. And one more, last one. Need to spritz those. All right. Let me get a paper towel. This is going to be a mess. And I am going to go wash these, and I'll be back for a little final inking and attaching the bats. All right, well, I'm too impatient to let them completely dry, but I think they're dry enough that I can pick a spot for a bat on each one, and then I can let them fully dry, and then I will flip them over and I'll put my stamp on the back of them. It is nice if you include your name. I think we'll do this one here-ish. I'm using, haven't used this glue before. It's media glue. It was a freebie with my order on scrapbook.com. So, something's going on outside my door. All right. Let's see. I think down here. So I'm just picking the spot that I think looks the best for it. So this one's going to go in this direction. So none of them are exact. Like this side looks a little blank, so I think there's good room for a little bat here. Now this glue is not as instantaneous as my art glitter glue, but it's not too bad. So I will package these up and put them in all in a paper envelope, and then put those in a business, like I use a manila, I think it's a 6x9 envelope. What row did I have? And my short one? It shouldn't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I made 9 circles. Yippee, that means I get to keep one. But I didn't cut 9 bats, so I'll have to go cut myself a bat. That means I get to keep a moon. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So this is my black swap for Ginger's Corner. Please give this video a thumbs up and come back to my channel where I will try and use some of the swaps that I got on my scrapbook pages. Thanks a lot, y'all.